Hey yo, what's good, people? It's your boy Enigma September, and this is the Enigma Sept hour. This is episode 106. If you're tuning in from the YouTube page, remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, let people know. You know what I'm saying? Bring them into the fold. You know what I'm saying? This family that we have. Also, too, make sure to hit that like button. So I can get the numbers up, algorithms, all that stuff, as well as, leave comments. Let me know what you think. Shouts out to my man Big Low, you know what I'm saying, for doing all of that. Because, of course, he understands. As well, make sure you check out my man Big Low at Big Low Hip Hop here on YouTube, as well as all my other compadres, you know what I'm saying. DJ AtotheL, he do his live from YouTube and Facebook, so make sure to check him out at DJ A2the L. Also, my man Backpack Beats, he got his thing. His wife, he got her page, her channel. So, shouts out to Ariel. So, you guys make sure, you know what I'm saying, not just to check out my page, but also my people's, my man Joe, you know what I'm saying, with on the shoulders of giants. Check out his page. Yeah, got a ton of people, man, that, I just want to show respect as far as this YouTube hustle is going, and want you guys to, you know what I'm saying, show love to my people. So make sure to do that. Also, too, you see the socials, I think I put it the wrong side. You see the socials on the corner, you know what I mean? Make sure you follow me on all social media, as well as make sure to follow Freedom Train Radio, Freedom Train Network, and everybody that's part of the clique. You have Pat with Lessons from the Screen. You got Queen Shelby and Queen Candace with Shelby's World, and aforementioned Joe with the the Fix Sports Podcast, as well as my man Pat and Joe get together for the Freedom Train Network podcast series. So make sure you follow all those podcasts, man. Check out their pages. I think Shelby has a YouTube page as well, so check out Shelby's World. But check out all of our networks, podcasts. Everybody is informative. Everybody's giving you information about not just community here, but information that's relevant worldwide, So you get a piece of everything. You get sports, you get spirituality and upliftment with Shelby's World. You get current topics with Freedom Train Radio, and with Lessons from the Screen. Pat gonna give you all the information you need, especially regarding like all the governmental stuff that a lot of us too lazy to look after. Pat gonna give you that. You know what I mean? He gonna break it down in a sensible way. And then also too, you got me with the music, entertainment, and hip hop. So there we go. So also to give y'all heads up before I get into the podcast, this episode is gonna get a little bit more political, so I'm probably gonna sound more like Freedom Train Radio than I typically do. But here we go. So again, I appreciate you guys. Let's start the show. Boom, 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 and we back. It's your boy Enigma September, and this is the Enigma Sept hour. What you just heard was you know what? Yo, I'm keeping it real. You just heard a good song. I'm just gonna say that. You heard a very, very, very you heard a very good song. Matter of fact, I know what it is. I'm gonna play hold up. No. I think your boy forgot to make his playlist up. I don't play some C-Red. It's gonna be fitting. It's definitely gonna be fitting. So probably more likely, yeah, not likely. It is because I've announced it. C-Red hot sauce. What you just heard. Man, I get so caught up sometimes, man. But anyway, this is episode 106 of the Freedom Train presents the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. The guest of the episode, because I got to remember, you guys aren't here this evening. You're listening to this morning, hopefully. Off top, Monday morning. That's what I'm hoping. Or you're listening sometime in the future. So anyway, the guest we got, my man Jamal Steele. Honestly, let you guys know, this podcast would be more political podcast than anything. So just give you a heads up. I'm still gonna go over the music news or whatever, but I got my man Jamal Steele coming through because just to piggyback off some of the things I spoke on last week in regards to women, Black women in particular, and all of the things that have been coming down the pipeline as far as social media goes. So I invite my man Jamal Steele to speak on it. Now, also I want to what's the word? I want to give a prefix. Let me talk to the ladies real quick. Fellas, you need to stay listening. But before the ladies tune out, it's not over my head. It's very apparent how, I won't say awkward, but you got two guys coming together to speak on women issues. Yeah. I know some of you guys, some of you gals, some of you ladies may be rolling your eyes and thinking, I know he ain't got two Black heterosexual men coming on the podcast to speak about women, Black women. I know. But here's the thing. I wanted to invite my man Jamal Steele. He really doesn't have any new music. At least I don't think so. So it's not, like I said, it's not even about music. But my man Jamal is definitely on the field regarding the rights of all Black people, in particular Black women and Black trans people. So I knew he would be fitting to really speak on the topic regarding Black men and our views of Black women, Black homosexuality, Black transsexuality. Did I say that right? Black trans lives, things of that sort. I know he's very vocal about those things, and so I wanted him to come on to speak to the men, in the podcast. So this is not two men coming together to speak on women issues or tell women what to do or what they should do, or anything of that sort, but to two men coming together, two Black, again, heterosexual, straight or cis, or whatever you want to call it, Black men who purport to be Christian. I know I don't always show the most Christianist. I'll be making up words. Y'all know that. My most Christian side. Y'all see me with the bottle on the gin. I definitely let the swear words fly on this podcast. But I do profess to believe in the Christian faith as well as my man Jamal. So, I wanted him to come on so we can really break this down and show that you can be in that space and be a man and really speak on these issues, man, and really let other Black men know that we have to step up. Really got to step up in regards to our views, and protecting not just Black women, and not just Black trans, but all people, all Black people, no matter what they look like, where they come from, that our fight is their fight and their fight is our fight. And really to kind of cut back or transform the ideal that Black men, and I really hate this phrase, but it sometimes it does fit. I can see where it comes from. I don't like it. I think it's almost white supremacist in a sense. But for lack of a better term, let's try to transform Black men from being the white people of Black people, you know, and not sit here and try to disregard our privilege for being males, being straight males, being straight Christian males, and the privilege that comes behind that, despite the fact that we are disenfranchised due to our skin tone. And, you know, it's nothing wrong with recognizing that. I think we have to realize that. But not going to get too much into it. Like I said, I want to speak on that when my brother comes on at the halfway mark. But I just want to give you guys a heads up that when he comes on, we just ain't talking music. We just ain't talking music. We're going to be talking, we're going to try to get real deep. So let's get into it, man. I want to get some local news. I want to give some flowers to some of our former guests who are out here really doing things, did things this week. So first of all, actually I got to devil back because I forgot one other person. My man Los Lawrence 718, you know, he announced that he got his video for She Loved Me, was accepted by BET Jams and BET Soul. So respect to that man. Give him his flowers. It's not easy trying to get that connect. So he got that. So big up to him. Also, too, speaking of, people getting on this public platform, my man Bravo, he came out of retirement. He said he wasn't going to battle rap anymore, I think after he dropped his project. But he came back out of retirement, got into the battle game, and did it big. And Blaze Dev the Demon out of Cali for the Don't Deserve Me competition that was on the Caffeine Network. I can't recall the battle rapper. I think it's DNA. I gotta get my man Caliber. I know you ain't watching, bro. But if you are, I gotta hit you up. I gotta get Caliber on. Caliber can break down the whole battle rap scene. Him and DJ CERN, they really be on top of that. But anyway, apparently the battle rapper DNA, unfortunately, whoever that is. I know about I don't. I barely know who Daylight is, bro. But I know he's one of the greatest. So I don't be knowing these dudes. I respect the game, I don't pay attention. I pay attention to the recorded raps, not the battle raps. Kill me later. Anyway, but despite all that, my man Bravo went on, killed Buddy. I know the one line he got me with was what he said. He said, you went through 3 niggas just to get DNA in your face. It's like, hey, hold up. But that was just not even tip of the iceberg. Like, man, I'm proud of you. Cody, call you by your government. I'm proud of you, bro. You killed that. So hopefully you continue on. If you got the Caffeine app, or if you're interested in battle rap, go and get that out. Support your boy, and because he's going to the next competition, and I know they're gonna come with it. Because anybody who watched that battle knows that my man's coming with it. And before we move on, I got my man Big Low. He dropped the project. I actually downloaded it, but I want to get the proper specs on it. So let me. I feel bad because I didn't have it loaded up. I've been slacking. I don't know. I don't know. I've been slacking. That's just haven't been on my game, guys. But actually works out because I can get on my game. So it is what it is. But I know he's working on a new project. But he dropped a beat tape titled Tales of the Loop. Now the story behind the beat tape, if I remember correctly, was he had his daughter Symphony pick out different records. He went and made beats from those samples, and this is the result. He shot the beats to DJ AtotheL, put his mixes on it, and it's available now. Now, He indicated that they are free to stream. However, I told you guys what Artist and P was said last week. Shouts out to Artist and P for showing support. Artist and P, so that's our Artist and P, man, for showing the podcast love, promoting the episode 105. But like we said last week, you know, a lot of people put these stuff on Bandcamp, and the first Friday and first Friday of each month, boom, they get, you know, those sales full fledged. So if you don't have the money now, hit that man up. Well, I guess it'd be 2 weeks. No, go ahead and buy it now. I ain't finna do that. Buy it. He'll be all right. Put down the $3. It's only $3. It's only $3. That's 2 Cokes. That's a Coke and a Sprite. You know what I mean? that's 2 packs of gum, man. 2 like big packs. I know, because that's why I always get the big pack. I don't get the little small skinny joints. I get the 44. I get the big crayon box. You know what I mean? I get the big crayon box, bro, of gum. But no, so man, just $3, man. Download, man. Support my man, Big Low. Again, the name of the joint is Tales of the Loops by Big Low and DJ AtotheL. So hopefully AtotheL ain't getting no money from that. He don't deserve it. AtotheL doesn't deserve it. Doggone Irishman. No. But also, too, man, y'all check out, like I said, AtotheL. Well, I told the YouTube page, AtotheL does his live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. I'm trying to get on my Twitch game. Y'all be patient. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like my big bro. And, y'all donate to him, man, when he's doing those lives. Or any hip-hopper. Any hip-hopper doing these lives, man, y'all make sure to hit that donation. Hell, if you watching on YouTube, I got the Cashapp. I know y'all see it. Barely see it, but I know y'all see that Cashapp, man. I told y'all, I ain't finna beg, but I ain't shame either. You know what I mean? Hit your boy up. Hit your boy up. You know what I'm saying? What we got? Let's get into what's been popping. What's popping? Holla at your boy. Shouts out to AtotheL. Man, why are you taking my stuff? I credit you, bro. I credit you. It's yours. That popping and show boy, that's all AtotheL. Oh, I love my bro. That's why I do it. That's Humrich, not a biter. Like some people. Anyway, so getting to not major, but mainstream news. Jay-Z strikes again. Jay-Z strikes again. I ain't gonna lie. This thing tripped me out. I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast. I don't really watch him on YouTube. I listened to the Joe Budden podcast, and they had this little running joke. Most people know about it, you know, in regards to anytime Nas drop a project, it seemed like Jay got to drop a project, right? And I think it became a thing, or I think what made me realize that it was happening was I just realized Joe Budden got new teeth. I know y'all don't care. But I do kind of funny because we're watching the Democratic, convention. I was watching it, and they had Mike Bloomberg. Man, it's like a millionaire like 10 times over. Maybe even more than that. I told y'all, man, swear words are fly. But this is relevant. My man's teeth is fucked up. Mike Bloomberg's teeth is like a bag of nickels. Scratch that. A bag of pennies, bro. It's just straight brown, like copper. Maybe they are copper. Maybe I'm hating. Maybe he do have copper teeth and he flexing. I don't know, but man, teeth look horrible. So it's probably funny. But you got Joe Budden with his new teeth. And they're like, hey, why are you talking about Joe Budden new teeth? Honestly, because I'm looking at the video, I'm looking at myself recording myself, and I realize I got my beard is like dumb gray. And it reminded me of Joe Budden's beard because his beard is like dumb great. We're the same age. He turned 40 in 2 weeks. I turned 40 in 6 weeks. So I was like, oh, dang, you got a Joe Budden beard. graying up over here. I was thinking about his teeth. And I started thinking about I apologize. I got y'all thinking about Mike Bloomberg's teeth. Look it up, though. Be disgusted. Eat the rich. Please, because, man, bro, like a bag of pennies, bro. Look at my teeth. My teeth all right. I would tell y'all a secret, but those who know, know. Those who know me know. And if you look at my teeth versus Mike Bloomberg teeth, I'm all right. I'm doing all right. I brush daily. That's the secret. Ain't no skipping days. I know everybody got the jokes. Oh, everybody wearing masks. They starting to brush their teeth now. Who wasn't? Which one of you nasty fools were not brushing your teeth? You nasty. You shouldn't take no mask. Shouldn't say no pandemic for y'all to brush your teeth every day, twice a day. Brush your teeth before you go to bed, when you wake up, and after every meal. That's when you're supposed to. Y'all ain't brushing your teeth at all? Ugh. What's wrong with y'all? That's why half of y'all ain't married. Bow, bow, bow. Bow. Brush your damn teeth. Anyway, Jay-Z strikes again. So it was funny because it was like, yo, Jay-Z usually drops when Nas drop an album. Nas was prepping for his album, King's Disease. And I remember thinking like, yo, the coast is clear. Jay ain't going to do that. There's no way. There's nothing that says that Jay-Z is going to drop anything, right? Psych. 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 So Jay-Z drops a single with Pharrell called Entrepreneur. It was mid. And on the same day that Nas dropped this new album, King's Disease, just the fact I gotta announce that Jay-Z dropped the single, it's foul. You foul, Jay. The beef is over. I thought it was cancers that held grudges. What? Sagittarius, they do that? Golly. Anyway, Entrepreneur. Now I say this. I listened to the song first. It was mid. It was kind of weird. And I listened to it. Now later on, I listened to it like early this morning, like midnight. I watched the video this morning when the sun was up. Maybe the sun was up. Maybe the vampire in me didn't like it. But I watched the video and it made more sense. Even though I felt kind of skeptical because I'm like, okay, is it the visuals? Because the visuals were essentially these Black entrepreneurs and they had like little blurbs, text, if you will, on the video explaining what these entrepreneurs done or do or whatever. Like one dude, he was like a Broadway actor, and he brought the plantation in cash that owned his ancestors. So when you see the visuals with the music, it make you feel a ways. But I think that's what it is. I tweeted, I was like, the music, it makes sense why the music is kind of mid. It's like, it sounds pedestrian, is the word I use, because it's supposed to be paired to the video. But by itself, it's kind of like, yeah, you don't really get it. But when you hear the music with the video, okay, makes sense. It's better for a soundtrack. But off that, we're not going to let Jay-Z steal Nas' shine. So Nas dropped King's Disease. So give Nas his flowers. And let y'all know, don't get twisted. I know I said I know what King's Disease is because I'm fat. Doesn't mean I have the King's Disease, you idiots. Just when you fat, you start looking up stuff that you may be suffering from. You deal with stuff like, get on WebMD. Is that still a thing? Is WebMD still a thing? me get on mayoclinic.org. let me find out. You know, why my feet hurting? Why is my shoulder sore? Like, oh no. It was like I said, the other day I was joking with Jay-Z. JC about prostate cancer. I'm about to turn 40. Everything. I'm looking at everything like, mesothelioma? What kind of cancer is this? What's going on? What's going on with my body? Anyway, but no, I don't have gout or the King's, which is the King's disease. Relax. It was kind of funny because Nas when the album started describing it, it was like uric acid. I'm like, yep, that's it. It's a build up. I'll let you know your big toe, your big toe starts swelling up. Like, hey, yo, what's going on? Big out. But no, I'm good. Don't worry about that. God has blessed me. Anyway, I told y'all I'm Christian. Anyway, dropped the album. Album was dope to me. It was a dope album. I appreciate it. It was cool, like literally cool. It was a cool album. It's laid back. My man Stess, he was like, yo, I almost feel like people expect this album to be bad. I told him, you know what I'm saying, it's confirmation bias. You know, people just, that's what they're gonna look for. For me, I didn't have too much expectations. I'm really not in that lane of people that sit back. I'm glad I did that with I just adjusted my sound waves. Like I see how big I'm talking right now. And yeah, I'm glad no, go back. Anyway, stay focused. Oh shoot, y'all, I think I'm in. Oh shoot. I was doing too much. I may have messed up. Oh man. Hold up, y'all. See, doing too much. Doing way too much. And I messed up. I should have let B be. Yo, I know that is still moving. No. Well, I know one thing. I know what I can do. If the audio is, where we at? If this is indeed true, yo. Wait. May have to go ahead. Go ahead and take a break. That's what I may have to do. All right, we're gonna take a pause for the calls, y'all. Just give me a minute. All right, boom, we back. Okay, so let me wrap this up. Yo, the edit's gonna be crazy, but y'all be all right. Yo, so anyway, to get back to it, the album is dope. It's a cool album. Oh, I know. You gotta retract. Where was I? My man Stess was saying, yo, people think it's gonna be whack because people expect it to be whack. I didn't have any expectations, and because of that, the album's pretty good. Honestly, I don't understand this idea of like Nas with the whack beats. Granted, like I don't know, people want DJ Premier beats or they want Timberland type beats. Like they want DJ Premier beats. That's it. So and Nas doesn't give them that. So there you go. So it is what it is, man. I'm not tripping or whatever. So it is what it is. So let me go ahead and give y'all this next song, and then we're gonna go into interview with my man Jamal Steele. And let's see what we have. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and give my man's some props, which is my man Big Low. Give my man Big Low some props. But I want to see what song am I going to play. And to do that, make sure y'all see me. Oh, okay. What song am I going to play, Enigma? We are going to see in just a moment. I should play that. I should play that song. Matter of fact, you know what? I take that back. Sorry, Big Low. You hate me later, bro. All right, Big Low, you're gonna have to hate me later. I'll play you next week. No, I'm gonna go ahead and play my man Stess. Speaking of Stess, I'm gonna play my man Stess with Avocado, and we're gonna be right back. This is the Enigma Sept hour. You got time, baby. Boom, 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 and we back. It's your boy Enigma September, and this is the Enigma Sept hour. What you just heard was Avocado. Avocado. Free Avocado. Anyway, my man, Avocado, my man Stess the MC. You're like, yo, don't play with that song, E. I'm not playing with it, bro. I apologize, Stess. I love that song. I already told you, if you're listening, bro, that song has made me cry every time I hear it. So I'm not playing with the song. However, Vines, 2015. Apologize. So, free Avocado. Anyway, without further ado, man, I got my man Jamal Steele in the building. What's going on, my brother?
Man, I'm good, bro. How has life been?
Yo, apparently life been wild because I haven't been able to get my podcast organized. I don't know what songs I'm playing. I'm sitting here, my audio not recording for you, bro, because I'm playing around with it. But thinking like, oh, look, I can play with it a little bit. No, you can't. You can't play with audio. You gotta let it be. So, but let me see. I want to do a short intro, man, before we get into the discussion. I want to bring up three ladies. One, I want to bring up Miss Danielle Brown, who I just read up on yesterday, who's going on a hunger strike for her deceased son, Marquise Jalen J.B. Brown, who was killed in Missouri. I think she's been on the strike now for hunger strike for 48 days, looking for justice for her son, his unjust murder at the hands of the police. Also, you got Sabrina Fulton, who of course is Trayvon Martin's mom, who also was in the news recently. She just lost barely. That man joke about that. Don't hate me, y'all.
Literally.
Barely. P.O. down. But she just lost county commissioner race in Dade County only by 1%. I know she's been continuously trying to run for office down there in Dade County and been working relentlessly, since 2012, since the unfortunate incident, murder, crime that was brought upon her son, Trayvon Martin, by the now certified idiot Zimmerman. I can't think of that fool first name. Screw him. And finally, I want to give light to Lucy. I think I said, please don't let me. I'll tell her his name wrong. Lucy McCain, not Lucy McBain. I don't know. I got Matt Bain here. Lucy McBath. That's what it is. Good thing I copy and paste something. Lucy McBath, the mother of Jordan Davis, who's taking her pain and losing her son just down the street over in Jacksonville a few years ago to the hand of a white civilian, not even a cop. White man decided to pull out a shotgun because the music was too loud. But she's taking her pain and turned that into becoming the 6th congressional district U.S. representative in Georgia. And I've actually heard her speak here in Tallahassee a couple of years ago, speaking of bringing tears to my eyes. But she's been able to transform that energy into taking real power in the U.S. Congress. But it's just 3 examples of black women fighting for the rights and memories of their black sons, and in turn fighting for the rights of all black people in America. Yet we continue to have people, in particular black men, who feel it's their duty to tear down black women in the face of white supremacy in 21st century. 21st century. I'm worse than T.I. on this reading thing. Anyway, so to speak on it, I invited my brother, my soul brother Jamal Steele, to the podcast. So what's going on, bro?
And I'm honored to be here this evening. Like seriously, like no real talk. Like I'll be watching the episodes. Watched a few, and I was like, I said, "Yo, cuz gonna have me on here eventually." And we yeah.
Matter of fact, go and give you props, man, for listening in. You know what I'm saying? Supporting the podcast. Of course, you were a friend of the podcast. You was on the first Enigma Sept auxiliary that I posted. I still got to. No, it was. I know I haven't done it in about like a year now, mainly because I haven't been out. But you and I don't want to call my man Rat Boy. What's my man's name?
Johnny Panic, man. The homie Johnny Panic.
That's right.
Johnny Panic, bro.
He would be honored to call him Rat Boy. Don't get it twisted, y'all. I'm not calling my man Rat Boy.
He'll definitely be honored. Yeah.
So
that was actually a good tour, bro. When me and him went on tour together, that was a dope tour.
Yeah. No, he still screwed me. Man still messed my hand up. He was just like, yeah, one line. He was like, yo, I go to your crib and sleep with your mom and your dad. I'm like, hey, yo. Like, okay, all right. That's how you weaponize bisexuality. All right, bro.
and he means it too.
Right.
I remember the first show that we did, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna say something, and you gonna trip. And I was like, all right. And he said it, like, that's a line he used like every date for the tour. And when he said it the first time, I was just like, yo. That was it. Like, I knew I wanted to be on tour with him for the rest of the time. Like let's try for the rest of the year.
That's an image that I've seen anybody here. Like, yo, you come here, your dad getting served up, mom's with the strap on, plugging them in. What? What you gonna do after that? You can't.
Good night, America. All right.
Life is over if you homophobic.
Done. You done. I don't know what you gonna do with your life. I know I'm just gonna laugh because like mad funny. So
don't because it's my parents. I'm just like, hold up. Nah, if I see my parents do anything together, I've never seen my parents kiss. So I don't think I ever seen my parents hug for that matter.
You don't need that topic.
Yo.
For me, I don't need that topic alone. That's the topic.
It bees that way, bro. I understand.
Still in therapy.
I understand. I can joke about it, but yeah, I definitely understand your trauma. But anyway, let's get past the jokes, man. I'm goofy. I am goofy.
So we can do this, like, bro. We can do this all night because I'm with all day.
We probably will.
Like, I'm with the jokes and the smoke. Jokes and smoke.
It supposed to be. He said it was gonna be political. The podcast. They acting goofy. I might as well go.
It will be.
Might as well go listen to Joe Biden. He gonna be goofy. Like whatever. I'm finna get on my David Banner in a minute. Y'all relax. It's gonna be a hip hop political podcast for you guys. But anyway, I told the people earlier, you know what I'm saying, I had you on the podcast because I want to speak on the topic. And fittingly today, part of the smoke that's been out here in these streets is the ongoing saga between Meg Thee Stallion and want to say Trey Songz. Trey Songz got his own smoke too. and Tory Lanez and the violence. She admitted on live IG Live, I guess either late yesterday or earlier today, that he was the shooter. She alleged that he was the shooter that shot her in the foot in the incident. We kind of figured that out just by process of elimination, but for her to speak on it set the internet ablaze yet again. But also, too, when after she spoke on it, I went to verify, it was there. People decided to go on the latest post, which the latest post she had on IG was about her becoming like the first female to have like #1 song charted on the songwriters chart. It was a new chart. Billboard still trash, but she was she was giving herself props for that. And under that post, after all the celebrities were giving her props, all the blue checks, you start seeing people, random people with no more than 20 or 100 people following them, posting rat emojis. As if this is some kind of street beef. I even had one person, it was like, you supposed to be from Houston, and you talking street stuff on IG? And I'm like, bro, the hardest cat out of Houston, out of Texas, out of the South, probably one of the hardest cats in America, period, is Jay Prince. He used IG a few times to talk street business. So why would you even think that you can call out her being from Houston and saying, oh, you on IG, when the king of Houston used IG? You know what I mean? To talk about street business a few times. So yeah, man, it was disheartening. So I know a lot of people have
some of the stuff that Jay Prince be talking about, statute of limitations, is not up on some of the stuff that Jay Prince.
Bro.
What you doing, sir? Like, I know you got that bread, but they will still let you know that you are a black man in America.
Yeah. I think I saw that post. What's your man's the richest black man in America?
Oh, Robert Smith. Yeah, they gave him a real nigga wake up call.
Yeah,
they did.
Now, granted, somebody in the comments did make a good point. It was like, well, they've been investigating for 4 years, so it's before he did the Morehouse thing. But I was like, yeah, that's a good point. But I was like, well, they could have eased back or could have did whatever, but for them to announce it, you put them on blast, you know what I'm saying? That's still that wake-up call that, hey, we'll put you out there, make you look crazy. So, but speaking of black men looking crazy, we're making ourselves look crazy in regards to protecting black women and, in particular, black women and black trans people. So if you could, if you can give a quick rundown of what you do as far as socially, you know what I'm saying? And then also what you've seen, in the past year in regards to those groups.
So quick rundown. 2018, I helped found the Pensacola chapter, current Pensacola chapter of Dream Defenders that we have in our city. Fast forward to 2019, we built a campaign around the murder of a 28-year-old black man by the name of Tamar Crawford, who got murdered by one of the officers of the Pensacola Police Department. We had 6 original demands. 5 of those demands have been met. 1, we still working on. And when I say we still working on it, we really still working on it. And, that was an experience. That was an experience in and of itself. And currently, right now, I serve as the North Florida regional organizer for an illustrious organization known as Black Voters Matter. Been around since 2017, 18-ish. We operate in 12 states across the country, and we basically help organizations and organizers that's on the ground floor in those states. We help them build Black power, basically. I like to say that we call ourselves Black Voters Matter because we use voting as a way to get our foot in the door And then once we get in the door, we just come bum rush the show with everything else. So in that, outside of those 3 years, I've been operating as an organizer just under, I guess you could say I've been operating as an organizer under the Black Lives Matter banner since its inception in 2013 after the acquittal of George Zimmerman. When those 3 women, Alicia Garza, Patrice Cullors, and Opal Tomei, they all simultaneously at one time, without even really knowing each other, put the hashtag Black Lives Matter on their pages after that happened. And then it just...
And please let it be known that that's where it started from, not some Marxist organization that was created by George Soros, like some of these conspiracy theories want to believe in.
I be having to have them conversations. I be having to have them conversations with people constantly because Soros be out here. Soros legit, like, so let's be clear. Soros legit do be out here giving money to liberal organizations, and some of those liberal organizations he give money to be our organizations. Like, so you mean to tell me I'm not going to take $50 million from George Soros and use that for the liberation and empowerment of my people? Because Soros, let's be clear, we'll be perfectly honest. Soros don't come in and tell nobody what to do when he give them that money. He just give you that money and he keep it moving. Like, white guilt. So, I mean, hey, let's use that white guilt to our advantage.
Right.
So, but nah, yeah, that's how BLM got started. Like, it was a hashtag, bro. Like, and all of a sudden now, it's just become this thing. It's become this thing that Black men who operate in misogyny and patriarchy, and I'm gonna come back on in a second as soon as I Google the definitions for y'all people that's listening to this podcast who don't know what misogyny and patriarchy mean. I'm gonna Google the definition for y'all so y'all understand what it is that y'all operate in. So Black men who like to operate in misogyny and patriarchy, they like to use BLM as a way to weaponize the movement because they can't get past the fact that that Black Lives Matter actually wants to be an inclusive movement.
Right.
Most Black men, bro, like, they really be on this vibe of like, yeah, Black Lives Matter, but it apply to us. And everybody else, what I'm saying, y'all just fall in line behind us. But I'm perfectly honest with y'all. So let's keep this part all the way above. In 2016, 98% of Black women voted for Hillary Clinton.
Right.
In 2016 election. Only 2% of Black women voted for Donald Trump. 87% of Black men voted for Hillary Clinton in the 2016 election. 13% of Black men voted for Donald Trump. Now, I don't know about y'all, but like, if somebody trying to take me down a wrong road, and I know they trying to take me down the wrong road, I'm not going down that road with you. And Black, like,
now,
let's be clear.
All transparency, I had to put it out there. I was part of that 0.5% that didn't vote for either. However, let it be known, and I voted Libertarian, and I know the what's the word? I know the issues with Libertarians. I'm not a Libertarian. However, the reason I did vote was because I was disgruntled with how the Democratic Party handled the election. Not so much this time around, 2020. So people use that, they did it again. No, they didn't. It wasn't like it was in 2016. But It wasn't even Johnson. It was his running mate, Bill Wiles. For me, he had an understanding. Unlike most libertarians, he had an understanding. At least I felt like he had an understanding about racial issues in America, and even recognize them. And that's the problem. A lot of libertarians either don't recognize them, or they feel like it's not something they should do because the whole hands-off approach. And I get that about them.
I worked with a libertarian during the 2016 campaign.
Okay.
And like they will be for certain issues when it comes to racial justice and Black liberation, but it has to be those issues. It has to be that surface issue stuff. Right. They not finna dig deep. Libertarians are not finna stand in solidarity with you when it comes to defunding the police. They will not stand in solidarity with you when it comes to divest when it comes to abolishing the police, which is a whole nother topic we can get into, which I advocate for both. So, but yeah, like.
Yeah, I just want that we're gonna get back into the drill there. We just want to get that transparency. They want to look like, I was part of the 87. But however, I definitely was not part of that 13 vote for Donald Trump. Y'all crazy. But it was evidence of, like you mentioning, that Black men fall in line with white supremacy, and white patriarchy. I told you I stuttered when I was a kid, and I can't pronounce certain words. I tweeted that earlier today. But they fall in line with that, and part of it too. Speaking of, Black Lives Matter and the movement, is that I say I've seen a few Black men on my timeline or on the internet, and they play into the whole, it's a Marxist organization, not knowing that the whole idea of trying to mark something as Marxist or socialist is a plow that those that were against the civil rights movement in the 50s and the 60s used to discredit. They called Martin Luther King a communist and a socialist, and they used that to discredit the movement. So this ain't nothing new, but if you don't understand that, and also because you want to fall in line with that thinking, you go up and play into that, not knowing that you playing against your own movement. You playing against your own self. You know what I'm saying? All that calling for, it's a Marxist movement, that's racism, bro. That is racism. They playing racism. And if you think you being some kind of contrarian by coming out and saying, but what about them, bro? I know one of the ladies, I don't remember which one of the founders, she came out and said, yes, she do believe in Marxist thinking, but it don't matter. Like the whole ideal of being anti-communist and anti-socialist and anti-Marxist is based on America beef with Russia. It ain't got nothing to do with really being anti-American. There was a bunch of socialist movement or parties in America in the 1920s and 1910s. It was fashionable. Once after World War II, that became a thing. So I got to read history books.
And I mean, it's like, bro, like, people got to understand these are all of these things that we just named are political ideologies. These are not things that are like boogeyman tactics to come in and completely destroy your government. These are different styles. These are different styles of government in the world.
Right.
And the only reason that we make socialism or communism seem like the boogeyman in the United States of America, one, yes, because of the whole Russia situation, but two, also because America is a capitalistic society. America was founded on capitalism. America was founded on the backs of Black, brown, and indigenous people period.
Right.
And all this in God we trust, and God bless America. God ain't blessing none of this, because y'all running around here basing this country off of a 400+ year lie.
Right.
400 plus
Right.
year lie.
I said it before. I said it. I'm like, if white people really want to get black people to get off their back, just say the Constitution was a lie. Just say it was BS. That's the only reason we holding the fight to y'all, because y'all said, hey, equal rights for everybody. Okay. All right. You wrote it down. We taking you on your word. Just say your word isn't true, and we'll leave you alone.
Was it really equal rights for everybody when y'all wrote the Constitution in 1781, 82?
Right.
You know,
Right.
around that era. Like, let's be clear and let's be honest and let's be serious. Like, nah, not really, because y'all still was counting us as 3/5 of a person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like we didn't get full citizenship in this country until after the Civil War with the ratifications of the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. 13th Amendment, which the last state to actually ratify the 13th Amendment was Mississippi. And that was like in the late 90s.
Right.
1990s.
Right.
Like, legally, Mississippi could have still had slaves, and the United States couldn't have did anything about it because most amendments have to be ratified by each state, and right. The Constitution still is upheld by what we call states' rights. So, like, each state has the power to say I'm for certain laws, or not necessarily. Like, bro, like, they could have still been running around here having slaves in Mississippi, which low-key, I mean, they had a chain gang, but
yeah,
we ain't gonna get into that. Mass incarceration.
I think I saw a video and they had I saw a clip on a video on YouTube, and there were people that were saying that they were still, but their parents were still enslaved, like up until like the 1960s. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm about to give America some bail. I'm about, like, we weren't truly free until 1964, and the voting right bill was passed. But now, man, Jamal said 1990, bro. Like
somewhere in the late 90s. Like, yeah, look it up. Like, they whole didn't ratify that amendment, and I was just sitting there like, when I found out, I was like, bro, like, really? Okay.
Right.
Nah, man, I just be wanting black men to have an understanding of the fact that the same way that we and people who uphold patriarchy, because let's also be clear, it ain't just men, and it ain't just cisgender men that uphold patriarchy.
Right.
Women uphold patriarchy too.
Right.
And that can be attested to the fact that 53% of white women voted for Donald Trump in 2016.
Speak.
You know, so my thing be with that, and I'm just gonna say this right quick. My thing be with that, like, yeah, black, yeah, y'all like to come into black neighborhoods and y'all like to come at young people and say that we're the cause of why Donald Trump is in the White House, but y'all women
are Karens,
voted for him in high, but that's neither here nor there. So, like, yeah, they uphold patriarchy, which, you know, I was Googling definitions. Patriarchy, a system, a society or government in which men hold the power and women are largely excluded from it. So that's what a lot of y'all operating in, black men, when y'all come up in the spot on some like, yo, you know what I'm saying, why they leaving us out of the Black Lives Matter movement? No, I mean, they not leaving y'all out.
I know that's what somebody was like, using the bodies of black men to promote the lives of black women and black trans. I'm like, bro, the fact that most of these hashtags are black, I mean, it's tragic that most of these hashtags are black men and their lives are lost. But we know the Trayvon Martins and the Tamir Rice and what's the most recent? The
Ahmaud Arbery's and George Floyd's.
Thank you. You
You
know
know,
what I'm saying? But it's tons. I won't say tons, but there's plenty of women named more than just Breonna Taylor, which y'all now starting to use her name to ad nauseum. Was just like, bruh, like some of y'all kind of tilting that line with y'all kind of playing with her name. And I don't appreciate that. But y'all taking just those names, but it's plenty of black women and plenty of trans people, black trans people who have been victims of violence that y'all couldn't even recall their names. Couldn't even think of their names.
So we currently in the month of August. We're currently in a campaign that black people have been doing for eons, known as Black August.
Yes, sir.
So a more recent ancestor that we like to celebrate during Black August. Let's go to August 1st, 2016. August 1st, 2016, Baltimore, Maryland. A young 20-something-year-old black woman by the name of Corinne Gaines.
Yeah.
Just possibly about like 2 to 3 weeks before the incident in question happened, she got pulled over by the police. She told the police, yo, like, I know my rights. I know, what I am and not going to do. And, you can do whatever. And police handed her a ticket. She fought. She was trying to fight the ticket. And that's when the situation erupted where they said they had a warrant for her not paying her citation. They came to her door. She had a shotgun in her hand because she knew, like, Shawty knew what time it was.
Right.
It was her son, her daughter, and her partner in the house. She handed her daughter to her partner and told them to leave. He left. Her and her son was in the house. She had her son in her arms.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to they knocked on the door. She opened the door. She was like, yeah, y'all can't come in. Closed the door back, got back in the seat, held the son in her arms. They kicked the door down. As soon as they kicked the door down, she busted one shot. They busted a couple. They killed her and shot her son in the cheek. Shot him twice. He still lived. The reason I bring Corinne Gaines up is because that incident was the day that I lost a lot of friends and I looked at a lot of black men differently in this country because we put Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, Fred Hampton, Bobby Seale, and Huey Newton. We put them on a high pedestal.
Yep.
She did the exact same thing that these people that I just named put them on a high pedestal for. She did the exact same thing. All I saw up and down my timeline, she should have known better. Why she do what she do? She was dumb for having that shotgun and trying to have a gunfight with the police. At some point, we as black people get to a point where we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And
right.
that day was the day that I became sick and tired of defending black men's archaic ways of how they look at black women when it comes to either movement work or how black women approach themselves just in general.
Right.
Nat Turner is respected for starting a rebellion. Corinne Gaines is vilified.
Right.
Black men, when they speak about movement work, they speak with such passion and such fire. Black women, when they speak about it, they're so emotional. Why do they always have to be? Why do they always have to be emotional?
Seekers to irrationality and not
Takashi
not having.
Takashi 6ix9ine ran around here, snitched on the whole camp. Got snitched
In
on the
court.
whole camp
In court.
in court. Got time knocked off his sentence, and y'all still running around here to this day, listening to this man music. He dropped dimes. He dropped dimes on everybody, even people who halfway wasn't involved in the incident that he was going to jail for.
Cardi B, Jim Jones.
Megan Thee Stallion, however, simply told you all the story of what occurred in the car that night and told you the reason why she initially did not tell the police what happened. Black women have to choose.
Let me know. It was the thing that she feared was the thing that these people are protesting for: state issue violence. She was afraid of state issue violence against black bodies, even when she was the victim of said violence from a black man. It was like the economy is the economy of what this whole situation. She got victimized. She was a victim of black violence from a black man, but yet she still tried to protect him and herself and her friend from state-sponsored violence from the police because she was afraid it'll be even worse.
Black women literally have to choose. Black women literally have to choose when they can instill safety for themselves. They literally have to choose when they can instill safety for themselves.
Right.
Because if I call the police on this man or on my partner who's brutalized me, it's not even a 50-50 chance no more. Sometimes it's like 65-70% chance. These folks might kick my door down, and they might either harm me or the person who caused me harm. And they may harm him even worse than that person harmed me. Because at least I'm still alive from the brutalization that person put me through. Cops might come in and they might kill him and might do damage to me. Like right. This literally a crazy situation. And it's like I can't for the life of me like sometimes register why people would literally sit on IG, Facebook, Twitter and say, yo, why Meg out here snitching on Tory Lane? Are you serious?
Right.
Tory Lane's not in jail right now because of her.
And not only that, and again, kind of a micro version of what goes on generally. Because some of y'all talking, but like Tory Lane, some of y'all quiet. And your silence is making you implicit of this system as well. And honestly, I'll call myself out. I was quiet. I was in the thread. It was a meme or a graphic. I don't know if you saw it. It was comparing LeBron James to his income or his contract, whatever he's supposed to get, comparing it to the entire WNBA. And like what he get as far as, his pay for a year was almost triple what the entire WNBA gets or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm reading it, I'm thinking, all right, I know going to be a couple of knuckleheads and going to be like, yo, what's the problem? But then most people would be like, yeah, man, something needs to change. Nope. And it was a lot of people I respect that I know got sense that didn't see the issue that what that meme was trying to say. But all of them was all like, well, the NBA just bringing that money in. The WNBA don't do this, and WNBA don't do that. And it's like, that's not the point, bro. The point is highlighting wage discrimination and wage inequality amongst men and women who are essentially doing the same thing. I don't care if LeBron James can dunk and Sheryl Swoops couldn't. That ain't the point. They both out there shooting the ball through a hoop. And it's still the NBA. WNBA is still part of the NBA. So that money is circulating in there. That's in the same ecosystem. So they can throw money to somebody. Candace Parker, one of them ladies should be at least equal. And then also, too, you got to think LeBron probably top tier in the NBA. We get that. So even making that comparison is really kind of bad. But when you think about, you may be talking about LeBron James, but what about, it's going to sound bad. Well, man, JaVale, what's it? JaVale, can't think of the fool. I know Shaq be getting on him all the time. But just one of these mid-level players, you know what I'm saying? Or even these bench warmers. If LeBron is making $37 million, they probably making 5, 6, which is still half of what the whole league is making amongst women who are balling. They not just out there playing pretty, they balling.
Yeah.
So you're not even making that comparison, but a lot of people are just like, oh, well, it is what it is. And I'm just like,
but why does it have to be?
Oh, boy, it's lost,
it
man.
Is what it is. Like, yeah, like why does it have to be? It is what it is.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
We just recently last week, I forget what day it was, but one of these days last week, we just went through what is called Black Women Equal Pay Day. And the reason that particular day, whatever day it was of that week, the reason that particular day is so significant is because it represents the day that Black women have to work in order to make the same dollar that white men make in 1 year. Black women literally have to work 6 extra months to make the same dollar that a white man makes in just one whole year. Like that should tell you something. And the sad thing about it is that I remember the first time I actually found out about Black Women Equal Pay Day, I think it was like 2017. I put like a graphic up about it on Facebook. I literally had like 3 different white women come in my posts and be like, well, why can't this just be about all women who don't receive equal pay? But let me tell you why. Because this is the pay scale. Black women, Black men, white women, white men. You all literally make more money than both Black women and men combined.
So why'd you even? But again, of course, that's why you're gonna step in and speak their piece, because they don't want that to be changed. They don't want that. They don't want that equality. They want to stay there. And I want to let me say this, and then we're gonna go into your track, just to split up the interview a little bit, and we're gonna come back and finish this thing on. I want to say this, and I know it's something that a lot of people don't recognize. And you're gonna be like, E, where you coming from with this? Now I'm trying to tell y'all, it is what it is. If you don't think that Donald Trump attack of the post office isn't based on racism, think again. And here's why I say this. And speaking of Black Women Payday, a lot of the attacks that you see, especially from the conservatives or Republican side, against governmental workers, and I know this in particular because I live in Tallahassee, but most of us are state workers. So I know about this attack, and a lot of times people around the state of Florida want to call Tallahassee as a capital, but it's in between the Capitol building and what they do up there and the city. But a lot of Republicans, a lot of conservatives want to attack public workers, government workers, and the like. There's a reason. And that reason is most public or government workers are black women. That's where a lot of black women hold their jobs at, is public works. You know what I'm saying? Rather if it's child services, post office, if it's Department of Revenue, where I work at. There's a lot of black women who get those jobs. They get their college degrees, who a lot of black women got. I think they're the leading demographic in regards to earning college degrees, which Donald Trump coming out and making it where, government workers don't need college degrees now. Think about that. But a lot of that attack on the post office, government workers, a lot of those attacks is because those are black women who are getting professional jobs, making professional pay, and that's what they're attacking. And they don't want to have to give them those wages. So when you have these Republicans, especially here in Florida, they're going, I'm going to go up to Tallahassee and make sure our government isn't inflated. What they really saying is they don't want to pay black people to do government work that you really need. So all the time y'all be complaining about reemployment in Florida and how that didn't work. Guess what? Because y'all sent conservatives up here for the past 22 years to cut back on government because you thought it was going to save you some dollars, not understanding the main reason why they was trying to cut back is because they realized who was taking those jobs and they really wanted to make sure they weren't getting rich off the government. That's where it really comes from.
I just found out Wednesday. In this training that I was in. The number one job in this country that has put black people on the ladder to be working middle class Americans is the post office.
Exactly. So don't get it twisted. They don't got to say it. Y'all know about cold words, man. Y'all know about dog whistles. Y'all know what it is, and I think that in particular, hell, they ain't gonna think about it. I just thought about it. I just thought about it. Just went together like, hold up. This fool attacking the post office.
Yeah, man.
And it concerns me.
Y'all can think that it's because of mail-in voting. Mail-in voting play a part in it, but it ain't a lot of them working
right
at the post office.
And really that thing dawned on me because of I used to work for Star Metro, which is the bus system here. And I was like, yo, it was a lot of us. Matter of fact, most of the bus drivers in Tallahassee are black. And it dawned on me, I was like, yo, somebody 50 years ago, this wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? 50 years ago, this was white men primarily holding these jobs, especially, Rosa Parks, all that. 60 years ago, 70 years ago, it was a white man job. But because of, changes in anti-discrimination laws and things of that sort, we were able to get a foot in the door. But then I realized, too, it was like, yo, because of that, the respect for those type of positions went away. Almost kind of like the position of the president. Y'all know how this system works and continue to work. And also too, I mean, you look at, and I'm really trying to figure out what songs I got downloaded. Going to the music. But also too, if you look at this movement, start going to trade, which I'm cool with, but a lot of that's because that's what them had transitioned to, becoming plumbers and roofers and welders and things of that sort. But trust and believe, I see the push, like, yo, we teach our kids to go there, which is cool. I don't have a problem with trying to promote your kids to do the best they can be in life. But understand, we push over there, all they're gonna do is move that goalpost. And that's what we have to recognize what's going on. Every time we try to go for that goalpost, all they do is keep moving it. They keep moving that goalpost, man. We can get to this music, bro. I know I got Spark the Revolution on on deck. I'm trying to figure out the other track, which I may have to announce on the break. So we're going to start off with Spark the Revolution, my man Jamal Steele, and then we're going to come back after we play these two tracks. So this is the Enigma Sept Hour. You got time, baby. All right. Boom, 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 and we back. It's your boy Enigma September. This is the Enigma Sept Hour, and I was not on my job today, but thankfully my man Jamal Steele is and doing his thing. Matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and get that man. Before we even wrap this up, again, give my man some claps. What you just heard was Spark the Revolution, and then also Silence the Critics, featuring my man DJ AtotheL. So, yeah, I had to go look that up. I did not write my songs out. Oh, this is horrible. Man,
AtotheL came through clutch on that. AtotheL came through clutch on that Silence the Critics, bro. Like,
yeah. Nah, that's my bro, man. I love AtotheL. He be pissing me off sometimes.
Same here. And Cool Herc still owe him $10. So.
Cool Herc still owe him $10. Cool Herc, get on that, bro. Jay-Z, pay that man. You got it. With my man Marcel people at call hold. Oh, shoot that $10 to AtotheL, man. Saw that issue. But yo, yeah, so again, basically, we can get back what we was talking about on the break. You're working on a new initiative. Go ahead and speak to the people about that. And also, let's go ahead and just spill the beans in regards to, I'm going to have you on the video, on the YouTube video, I'm going to have your information below so they can get in contact with you and find out, what you're doing. But if you want to give people a rundown of, what you got planned moving forward in regards to activism work, what you are doing, what you have to do, bro. So don't be discouraged. They can say don't ever be discouraged. That's going to happen. But understand you are doing the work, and also too, so yeah, just let people know what you got planned and also how they can get in contact with you. You know what I mean?
Okay. So right now, I'm one of the fellows, that's what they call them. I'm one of the fellows for the Public Policy Institute program that's brought to you by Black Futures Lab and Black to the Future Action Fund, which both of those are organizations that were founded by Alicia Garza, one of the three women who founded Black Lives Matter. We understand that Black power can be achieved through instituting policy on the federal, state, and local level. And so I'm working with 40 other organizers from across the country and trying to build policy campaigns in our respective states. And so I'm working on something right now as far as the state of Florida is concerned. And so it's been these classes every Wednesday, bro. They've been a theme, but I've been learning a lot in these classes. That's actually where I learned about the post office situation. I learned it in the Policy Institute class. But that's one thing. Also, this past 6th and 7th of August, I was a state delegate for the state of Florida for the Movement for Black Lives People's Black National Convention. So basically what that is they rounded up delegates from 23 states across the country, and all the delegates that they rounded up, we had a big group session virtually, and then we went into our respective state group sessions, and we put together what we call the Black Liberation Agenda, which is a political platform that will be introduced to candidates and elected officials during the 2020 campaign season and beyond. And so we're doing it under federal, state, and local level. So we built the state platform, the platform for the state of Florida for the Black Liberation Agenda. And if you go onto blacknovember.org, again, that's blacknovember.org, August the 28th is when we will have the public Black National Convention that starts at 6 Central, and it'll be broadcast on blacknovember.org. But you can go in there right now and RSVP for the Black National Convention. We're doing the Black National Convention in tribute to the 1972 Black National Convention that actually happened in Gary, Indiana. And what happened was Black leaders, Black activists, Black politicians from all walks of life got into this room in Gary, Indiana, and they built the Black Liberation Agenda. So we built the agenda on the 6th and 7th of August for this year's Black National Convention. And on the 28th of August, it's a multi-hour broadcast. We're going to be introducing that agenda to the public.
Okay.
And so, like I said, blacknovember.org, go there, RSVP. You're going to be getting a lot of email updates sent to you. And then on the 28th, sit back, watch, and enjoy. The host for the Black National Convention is going to be Philip Agnew. Philip Agnew is
rattler.
Is a rattler, and he OG Squad, OG Squad of Dream Defenders, and he currently is a co-founder of Black Men Build, which is an awesome organization that some of the stuff that we spoke on tonight, as far as like how Black men are supposed to organize in a healthy fashion in this movement, they speak on it with Black Men Build. So Philip Agnew is one of the hosts. Kayla Reed is one of the hosts. Kayla Reed is an awesome activist from Ferguson. She was down for the crown during the whole Ferguson uprising, and she's also part of the Electoral Justice Project for the movement for Black Lives. And then the third host for the Black National Convention is Angelica Ross. And if you watch Pose, you know Angelica Ross is Candy from Pose. So those are three hosts.
But
Pose
full transparency, I haven't watched it yet.
Pose
North Valley, I'm out of the loop as far as the culture goes.
Pose is the most incredible show on TV right now. Like, on God, I'm so mad at Trump because Trump holding up a lot of seasons that's supposed to drop for my favorite shows because of this COVID crap. So,
right.
Yeah. FDT. Shout out to Nip and YG for that. So yeah, like them the things I got going on, man. Like I said, I'm out here, with Black Voters Matter, doing that thing with BVM, and we trying to make some things shape. I might pop and this is me being legitimate. I might pop up in Tallahassee soon because we don't have any partner organizations in Tallahassee. We don't have any partner organizations in Leon County and Gadsden County, and I need to get that locked. I need to get that locked down like yesterday because we in the thick of election season, and I need all hands on deck. So
I don't feel obliged. There's no convention coming to me right now. No, of course not. No, not me. No. Do I feel obliged? No. Yo, I know it's a podcast, man, and when you're a host and a creator of a podcast, sound is important. And I know y'all hear baby girl back there cutting up. But you know what? That's the most beautiful sound to a new father. I want to give you your flowers, boy. Hey, my man, a whole daddy out here. What?
That's the most that's the most important part of this whole entire journey in my life, man.
Exactly.
9 weeks old. 9 weeks old. Lalanyo Imani Williams Davis. Lalanyo is a West African name that means love is beautiful. That hey, too good, bad, or indifferent. That child was made in love, and
Word.
so her mother and I wanted to honor the love in which she was created by giving her that name.
I think that makes, it's always been my thinking, that makes a beautiful, not the most beautiful, but that makes the most healthiest baby when you have a baby that's created in love. So I love that. I love that. And I'm also, I'm a proponent of, giving your kids names with meaning. That's why my daughter, her middle name is Noor Jahan, which is an Indian name, which means light of the world. So if you see me with the hashtag my light of the world when I post my baby, that's because that's literally her name, Noor Jahan. So I'm with you, bro. We in the same boat. We in the same. My baby don't cry like that no more. She is cry when she gonna get things, but I don't know, the way me and Fee moving, I'm gonna be right back in that boat soon.
Ooh, man.
I'm gonna be 40. All of 40 years old. You see this beard, bro.
Look, you see it, bro.
Hey, you'll get real light real soon. Trust me. That thing gonna get light.
I got 3 of them in here right now.
Oh, it's gonna multiply. Oh,
I got 3 of them in here right now. I told somebody the other day, the one dude who has like the Abdullah school, the Abdullah Cave school. I seen his beard. His beard is super white. I was like, bro, I'm ready for that.
Boy, trust me. Come back 2 years from now. Trust me, I just had a couple specs. You go back to 2015, I had a couple specs. Boy.
I remember, bro. I remember the last time I actually like seen you in public, like seen you in person, and I seen that beard. And I was like, bro, rocking the gray out this feet.
Yeah,
okay.
Bro. Matter of fact, I was talking about Joe Budden earlier. Y'all see how Joe Budden let that gray come out? He got a 2-year-old. I mean, he already had a jit. He was straight, but
Bro.
Boy, they gonna give it to you. But it's the most beautiful thing. I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna get up out of here. Speaking of, baby girl cutting up. I tell people, for me, hearing my daughter cry, man, it's the most beautiful thing, because like when she was born, she didn't come out crying. You know what I'm saying? There had been some things that had happened, and they had laid her on her mom's chest, and then she wasn't responding. So, you know what I'm saying, took her to a little thingamajig in the corner, and I wasn't tripping at first. This was my first baby. You know what I'm saying? It was a mom's second child, but it was my first. So I was like, all right, maybe the crying thing was Hollywood. But then when her mom asked, like, yo, why my baby ain't crying, that's what threw me off. And I got worried, and I started praying. And then he took her to the thingamajig in the corner, and all the nurses rushed in or whatever. I was just sitting there. I was just praying to God, like, God, no, nah, no, not right now. Not right now. No, sir. And she started crying. Apparently, she just needed to get woken up. It was, some medication or whatever. Had a sleep, quote unquote. She was just drowsy. So they basically had to literally wake her up. But hear her cry was the most beautifulest thing in the world. So, yeah. So when she cried, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't want my baby to be in pain or nothing. But as far as that frustrating me, never. Because that's life. That's her life.
Yeah.
So that's my heartbeat. So, yeah, man. So when you get out to your baby girl, that when she was crying, like I was definitely, that's life.
Yeah.
That's life. I know mama handled it. I'm going to let you go before she cut your neck.
Bro, I'm gonna tell this, and I'm going to be out. Like, I want to give her mother, my fiance, Aisha, like I want to give her like so much props, man. Like, so, it's COVID time out here in these streets. and we literally we had a baby in the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
So like let's think about that for a second. So um, I've never seen someone advocate for not just her child safety, but her safety as well as she did. So they wanted to deliver the baby on Memorial Day, but the baby was termed, so the baby was breached. Lanya was breached initially, so they wanted to do a C-section. So let's think about this for a minute. A C-section in the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
So Aisha, she gets on the phone with her OB because the OB is the one that wants to do the C-section. And low key cuz like mad rude. Like he was mad rude like most of the doctor's appointments that she was going to or that we was going to together. Because as the pandemic was like really in play,
right,
they wasn't letting the only person that could go to the doctor's appointments was her. I couldn't go.
Wow.
Yeah. So she called her OB and she asked the OB, she was like, look, is there like a sound medical reason? Is there like a legit medical reason why I need to have the C-section? And he was like, nah, like we just want to do the C-section because it'd be quicker for us to get the baby out because the baby breathes. She was like, nah, like y'all do know y'all can do the little turning procedure to see if the baby will turn. He was like, yeah, we're not trying to do all that. Like it's too risky on the baby, and like it just. She was like, look, so she was like, let's keep it all the way above. We're in the middle of a doggone pandemic, and you think I'm gonna let y'all cut me open and then stitch me back up in the middle of COVID? She was like, nah. She said, matter of fact, you fired. Fired the OB on the spot. So she had a whole another OB, and it was a lady. The lady was with it. She was like, yeah. So she was like, Miss Williams, I'm gonna let you know, like, we're gonna do this turning procedure. But if the turning procedure don't work, and Aisha was like, she said, I know, I understand. Last ditch option, you're gonna have to do the C-section. So we get there. I distinctively remember the day because Lanya was born on the 16th of June. We got to the hospital on the 2nd of June to do the turning procedure. The moment Aisha got in the bed to do the turning procedure, baby girl turned on her own. Because the nurse was like,
look at him.
Bruh, I think that's the head right there.
Yeah.
And we was like, nah, you bugging. And then her OBGYN, she came in, she was like, did the ultrasound? She was like, yeah, that's a head right there. She turned on her own. She was like, I can go back to the house.
She came in, right? She came in. She came in. Okay.
Like, we know that's our child because she was like, look, I'm gonna do this when I want to do this. Like, don't be trying to rush me, cause like I love y'all. I got y'all. I'm gonna do this when I want to do this.
Right.
We straight. So, yeah, man. Shout out to Aisha, man. She held that down, like for real. Yeah. Like seriously.
And real talk, yeah, I'm gonna give flowers. Shout out to my daughter's mom, Monique, man. She held it down. Yes, going through that experience. That's one. If at any point, I realize how strong women are. You know what I'm saying, particular black women. And not to get confused, I'm not going to the whole strong black women trope.
Yeah.
But just the endurance and what they have to deal with. She always got my respect. I mean, we're not together, but I respect her as a mother, and I respect, what she did as far as carrying my daughter and bringing my daughter to this world and taking care of my daughter to this day. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna be caught up in, none of the foolishness in regards to, and that's part of it too. And I know we got to wrap this thing up. We got going about 2 hours. That's part of it too. You get the whole baby mama, baby daddy crap, and that's part of that patriarchy, and all that other crap. We gotta get off that. You know what I'm saying? If she's taking care of that child, man, doing what she gotta do, ain't no need you to be dogging her and dissing her and putting out her name. I don't even like baby mama songs, baby daddies. I don't even like that type of crap, man, because end of the day, it's about that child and y'all coming together to do what you got to do for that child. And then that's my mentality. So, like I say, I ain't gonna act like we void of any issues, but I'm always gonna have respect for her because, you know what I'm saying, the role she played in the person that I love the most in this world. That's my daughter. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's the title of the podcast. It is what it is. Anyway,
it's what it
you
is.
Get up out of here, man. I appreciate you, bro. I love you for doing this for me. Coming on the podcast and speaking your piece. And then also too, just remember you're a friend of the show. Let it whenever you got next project popping or whatever, just hit me up and it's nothing.
Cool, bro. You know, I appreciate you, my man. Much love, E. And tell the family I said what's up and tell all the peeps. And Tyler, you know, when Rona leave us,
right.
I'll be popping in soon.
No doubt, representing the whole 850. All right, before we get up out of here, y'all don't get twisted. I know I got those in YouTube land. I know I got an FSU cap. I just got the FSU cap because I need a haircut. So forget y'all. I'm a rattler. Don't get it twisted. Other than that, y'all see this shirt, man. It's on purpose. You know, so it's like my baby Fee making this shirt for me on Father's Day, husband, daddy. Protect the hero. And that means being a hero means sacrificing yourself for the greater good. So you black men, you have to realize you may have to take some L's for the rest of the clan to get put on. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of, you know, taking an L so black women and black children and black trans people and black elderly, black disabled, black gay, black whatever, whoever have black plus whatever, that they can get the forefront. Because we're going to get ours. We've gotten ours, we're going to get ours. So when you understand that, it's easy to be a hero. Say, you know what? I'll lay down the sword. I'll lay my life on the line for others to succeed. That's what it really means to be a hero. So just want to say that. Anyway, we're going to get up out of here. This is the Enigma Sept Hour. You got time, baby.
One.